The prerequisite for inspiring leader is charisma 13.
Yeah.
Who?
Uh,
You can't. I know. It's amazing. What about talk to animals? Do we have that?
hi. Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to Goblin Town. And here I am sort of fidgeting with a dang map. Okay, here we go. It's loaded. Say load. Oh, you're about to watch an intro done by our music sponsors, NecroGoblicon.
I've been spending too much time with goblins. I hear them whispering to me. Every time I try to solve a problem, oh, it's just another goblin, alright. Just another goblin in my life.
um. So I wanted to ask our editor here, Sarah. Are we streaming on Twitch or YouTube right now? Okay, great. Okay, fantastic. Oh, there it is. It just loaded right now. Okay, fantastic. Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure we put this out on like Twitter and stuff. I mean, go for it. It's not necessary. Just make sure that okay. All right. Let's see. What will? Okay, we will. We always do. Thank you. Okay, so let's recap a little bit from what happened last time. Let's pull up those notes. Let's see. I always do paper notes and Google Drive notes. So okay, so last week, you all was it staged a daring rescue of Ami, who you found in a coffin inside of a tomb, surrounded by meanies. A yellow meanie, a green meanie, and some blue meanies. Okay. This crypt was in a large cemetery-like place filled with crypts. After a incredible battle, one highlighted by Gradal calling down moonlight to defend the daisies and banish evil and punish them. You were able to defeat the meanies and make an escape with only Ami. You crawled back through the hole, uh, out of this sort of strange wonderland, back onto the side of Heldar Mountain, and you walked down. Um, so the battle took most of the session last time, and so there's not much else to describe. Um, if you want to describe any actions you take just before leaving the cemetery or going back to the farm, you can.
I'd want to ask if we want to take with us or leave behind the stolen object that Ami brought with her.
I think you guys actually left that inside the coffin. Like she held it up and someone knocked it in there.
Right. So do you think we want to go back for it, or do you think forget it?
I think I was the one that thought we should leave it behind. It was a while ago, so I don't remember, but I think we should leave it. But
Did we ask Ami where she got it? Like, she didn't remember, did she?
Oh, she didn't remember the event of being attacked, but she does know that that was a souvenir that was bought. Let's see, actually.
So, Gretel, I'm wondering, do you think we should maybe return that object? Like, maybe it didn't belong in the tomb?
Well, maybe it belonged there. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But whoever stole it is certainly a meanie, and we all know what I do to meanies.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going back and getting it if we think it needs to be returned to its where it was stolen from.
yeah, if we're certain that it didn't come from there already, then yeah, I would agree to that.
The thing is, we're not really certain of anything at this point.
That's true.
Tell us your secret now.
The only thing we are certain of is that Bigfoot exists.
All we need to know. No more information than that.
So rather than actually making you walk back to the cemetery past any possible dangers, we'll just sort of retcon it a little bit. That I mean, see, because I think I wrote notes who actually like knocked it into there. Let me see. Oh yeah, here it is. So the group interrogated Ami about the cup and came to the conclusion that it would be best to leave it behind. Dagmar clumsily tried to persuade Ami to give up the cup. Still somewhat bewildered, Ami lifted up the cup to offer to Dagmar. As she did so, a theory chipped Ami's hand and made the cup drop into the open coffin. The coffin was closed again.
My bad.
That happened.
So if you want to retcon it a little bit, you can like snatch it back up out of the coffin on the way out, or tip the thing into someone's bag. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'll get it.
All right.
But I
Okay.
won't just steal it and hide it. I will. In fact, I want to give it to Gretel for safekeeping.
Okay.
Me.
So sure, yeah, sure. I'll take the cursed object that could have brought Ami to her doom. Sure, why not?
Yeah, that's Well, I mean, you were able to handle those meanies so deftly, Gretel. I see why the group would choose you.
Okay. Please note in notes, this is the moment where the DM sucked up to Gretel and it worked.
Never get that.
All right. Okay, that's that. Okay, so with that, you all crawled through the tunnel, the little hole in the ground, and you popped out back on the side of the mountain. Oh. I'm looking at all these little lines here. Oh, that was fun. Okay. Okay, so as you walk back down, it was only a theory. No, not a theory. Only a Ami.
What about our little goblin friend from the ranch? Isn't he still there?
Oh,
Hey, he died, didn't he?
no, almost, yes, yes. Wyvern.
I killed him on accident.
You might have taken a swing at him.
screen.
Okay. So let me pull up where do I have Wyvern here? So I got Wyvern here. Yeah, no, Wyvern is still alive, still grumbling about not digging, and still whimpering. Just they're sort of mumbling under his breath. We did it for you, Elizabeth. You have your revenge. Okay. So at this point the party is a theory, Genera, Gradal, Dagmar, Wyvern, and Ami. And they slowly make their way back down to the farm. You're greeted with the other workers there. That would be Spring Pound, and let me see, and Sower. So we got Spring Pound and we got Sower. So they're there and they're working on the farm and they're surprised to see you, but they're very glad. Okay. So they rush up to help you and bring an Ami into the house. Sort of support her on their shoulders. So you can either like stay at the house, or you can go back to town. It's sort of up to you now how you like to do it, but if there's anything you'd actually specifically want to do right now, you can. Now that you're back at the bee farm.
Do we need a long rest? Like we're all back up to hit points, right?
Long rest would be great.
Yeah, so if you'd like, since it's been such a long day, you can all take a long rest at the farm. And Spring Pound and Sower will do their best to whip up a nice warm meal of maybe porridge with honey and with some toast with honey and maybe some tea with a little honey in it.
I like this place.
Oh, it's so wholesome.
I was wondering if I might call Ami briefly to see if there's anything else she remembers.
Okay, so do you have a specific question or do you want to just recount the whole thing?
Well, I think she can try to. I think maybe recounting the whole thing might be the best thing to do. Although others might disagree, but that's okay.
Okay. Oh no, she still feels a little bit woozy, but she can recount some of it. Let me see here. So, she goes on in saying that she was walking on the road with her two escorts, Binks and Trisket, and as they were coming down across the fields. So let's get rid of these pictures here. So about where the red is. So It was actually not quite dark yet, but the sun was going down. But they were thought they were sure they'd be able to make to the farm before it got too dark. Then they sort of had this strange feeling, and then she felt kind of like something like grab her shoulders or something push her, and the rest is very hazy for her. Afterwards, she remembers the feeling of being carried, and this like kind of strange feeling of floating, and then darkness, and the next thing she remembers was being inside the crypt, in the coffin where you found her. She vaguely remembers some of the yelling from Binks and Trisket. But at the moment, it's still very hazy.
Does she remember what they were yelling?
Like just screams of surprise of what's that? Like run. But other than that, kind of still very hazy.
Understandable. Do I believe her recounting? I'm basically asking if I can do an insight check.
Yes, you may do an insight check. I was about to ask, but to give you.
Okay, let me see here.
Okay. She doesn't seem to be lying. She seems sort of worried, tired. She still seems a little confused, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of guile in her explanation.
The sensation of floating that you had, that sounds like a lot of fun, although probably not in this particular instance. Because that's such an unusual feeling, is there anything particular you remember about the floating experience?
She sort of like her face kind of scrunches down a little bit. Her kind of hands up to her head. She's like thinking, and it's like it didn't feel that scary. In fact, I think I remember singing, like someone was singing nearby me. There was almost kind of like people were having a good time, like they were having a party almost.
I know. Sounds to me like that graveyard was full of people who like to party, even if they were dead tired.
Does she have something against parties? Because she also left Goblin Town during a party. Seems like she's just running from parties at this point.
She like, do you say that out loud to her?
Yeah, you seem to have something against parties, ma'am.
I'm just trying to do a good job for the guild. I don't want to get cold in my stocking this year.
Uh-huh. Your guild. What about other guilds? Do you have anything against other guilds by chance? Just a question.
No, why would I have something against another guild?
I don't know, just the Butchers Guild. Do you like them? The Butchers?
I'm vegetarian.
Ah, so you hate them.
No, I usually just don't eat things from there.
You hate them.
So while Dagmar is doing this and Ami's already at her most confused, I'm just going to give her a nice flower and put it in Ami's hair.
I think at this point, Dagmar is out of questions.
I was about, like, I was
Leans
wondering where
against
this.
the wall. And, like,
I'm just wondering where this good cop bad cop thing is going.
I mean, we've been looking for her for a long time.
Well, she's here now.
Dagmar's like resisting the urge to like grab her shoulders and shake her. Resisting, but close.
Yeah, so you can see Dagmar sort of clenching her fists, the veins popping out. She just kind of shakes a little bit as she steps ominously toward Ami.
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Well, actually, can I do an intimidation check?
If you'd like, you may.
I would like to. Thank you very much.
What are you trying to get her to do?
Reveal all her secrets so we can tell whether or not she's useful to us. Uh-oh.
Why did you do it with an advantage?
I have no idea. Let me try that again. And boop. Perfect.
Okay, 11.
But can I add the 16 to it?
No. So give us your best scary voice.
Oh, really? You're gonna put me on the spot?
You're the one trying to intimidate her.
Listen, lady, we've been looking for you across this freaking countryside. What the hell are you running from? Let's go with that.
Like the tears begin to well up in her eyes. Okay. The cup I got. It was supposed to be 5 gold pieces, but I found it in the bin for 4 gold pieces. And I didn't say anything, but I just wanted the discount. Okay, so I told the storekeep there was only 4 gold pieces, and I paid the 4 gold pieces. I know I owe him 1 more gold piece. I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. And I'll just sort of start rubbing her back and stroking her hair. It's okay. Just tell her where the shopkeep is, and I'll make sure that the mean Dagmar doesn't hurt you. And behind Ami's back, I give Dagmar just basically a thumbs up, like a good job, kind of.
Hey, thank you. We're getting along. As long as it's not a flower.
Okay. All right. So, she begins to describe a little bit. She bought the object at a store in Oak Ridge. So I'll show you the map a little bit. I guess I'll show it to you right now. Okay. So at the south end of the map here, you got Klaarg. Okay. And then if you go upriver, there's a lake that's to the north of it called Oak Ridge. Okay, so that's where she got in another city that's a little bit smaller than Klaarg. And what happens is that this. All right. Oops. So you can see down here, Klaarg. It's at the bottom here. Okay. What happens is in this larger area of 6, there are a lot of basically like a lost civilization kind of thing, or like a fallen civilization, and so people are going up there to dig things and acquire objects of value, as it were. And so Oak Ridge is just slightly more north of Klaarg, so it deals in that kind of merchandise, so to speak, a little more often. And so she was able to buy one there. This is also the place where because it's a little more in the mountains here. There's a little bit of a different set of flora. So like different flowers and things like that. Things that you can make the perfumes used for the candles and soaps that are part of the guild.
Gretel's ears, which are considerable, immediately perk up when he mentions the different kinds of flowers in the region.
Oh God.
We should
Yeah, I mean,
definitely go.
yeah, the road awaits. Just put your feet on it, see where it'll take you. Okay.
She's not useful to us. So we leave her.
Well,
She's
You
got to show us the shop she bought that in.
she could give you a name.
That's true. What was the name of the shop? You gotta make it up on the spot.
Very dramatic. All right. Okay. All right. So it's called the owner is called Brag Thim. So Brag Thim's artifacts. So Thim's artifacts.
Should we go check this place out?
And there's actually an alley there. There's a particular district in there. Well, yeah, like a couple shops that make up a certain street that you can get there. So it
if
shouldn't be that hard to
I'm
find.
hearing us- so that's an artifact dealer?
It's the name of the shop is called Artifacts. I don't know if you'd call them artifacts per se. She describes it as being kind of like a souvenir shop, but they do sell sort of knickknacks and tchotchkes and things like that that are claimed to come from the digging and exploration of this area just north of Klaarg and Oak Ridge.
You should check this place out.
We're all cringing deep inside.
Yep. But here's what I'm thinking. There might be a boss battle in there. It's us against the store shopkeeper.
Yeah, where is Gennaro? We're about to do some tomb raiding, okay?
Right?
Well, more like we're looking to punish tomb raiders for illegalism. But if this is a big form of trade up there, so we know that it's regulated in Klaarg, but it's not regulated in Oak Ridge. Otherwise, they wouldn't have an entire artifact district.
Yeah. So for Klaarg, so you're right next to this mountain Heldar. Heldar is actually a big site for this sort of long fallen lost civilization or whatever. Or at least that's what people believe. So people there are like caves and tunnels into the mountain and people have died in there. So to prevent that, all those digging and artifact taking in Klaarg it's outlawed. They just don't want people messing with it. They don't want people dying. They don't want people getting hurt.
Out of game, good for them.
Yeah. So that's just off limits. Other places in Oak Ridge where these artifacts are coming from other places, that's less regulated. I mean, you haven't met her yet, but I would have to be describing Helgarina Rockbottom to you, but you haven't met her yet, so we'll leave that for later.
Maybe we should check out this Helgarina Rockbottom. Maybe she might want to hire us to help crack down on the artifact trading in Oak Ridge if it's causing such problems as kidnappings and disturbing evil spirits.
Yes.
I thought.
I think that's a great idea.
All right. Generic just popped in. Are you there? Okay. She's still setting up, I'm guessing. Now, so you're just gonna I'm guessing you're just staying here for into the end of the evening, into the night for your rest, and eating your little maybe crackers sweetened with honey. And then the next morning, where would you like to go?
Back to
Back to
Clark.
Klaarg, I suppose. We can even escort Ami there.
All
Oh,
right.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
So in the morning, in the sewer, tailor, and Singer returns back, having reported all the news, uh, or having reported what happened to the finding of Binks, who was the person that you had found a few nights before. Um, uh, so Singer once again agrees to travel back to town with you and helping Ami along the way. Um, she walks along fine, but she stumbles a little bit along the road. But it's a well-traveled road, so there's not much to worry about.
If I haven't chosen my spells for the new day, but if Ami still seems a little bit out of it, maybe I could use a lesser restoration spell on her. Make her feel better.
Okay. Let me see. Let me double check to make sure that lesser restoration. I think that's remove curses and diseases.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, blind, deaf, paralysis, or poison,
Which she doesn't seem to be any of those things.
or a disease or one condition. Yeah, I mean you can do it and it'll pepper up.
Yeah, sounds good, especially if we're going to rest before we rest in Klaarg before we head off to Oak Ridge.
Yeah. Now usually, so as a little bit of a flavor text, when you cast a spell, you can actually do a certain gesture or action or use a certain spell focus. My suggestion for you, Graddall, is that if you're doing lesser restoration, you pull out some essential oils and use that to like wake her up.
I can actually, it's weird, I have my own essential oils that I make from distilled flower petals. I'm thinking for Ami, lavender.
No, essential oils and the
I actually think I can click my herbalism kit. I'm not entirely sure.
so the smell of just a field of lavender flowers just sort of envelops and flows out from Graddall. Okay. Okay. Anything else as you're walking along? I mean, it's just a short walk back to town.
Does Ami feel better after the essential oils?
She does feel better. She does feel you can see her sort of straighten up, her posture get a little bit stronger, a little straighter. And she can see as she sort of enjoys herself as she walks down to see like the people working out and the plants growing. Okay. And then and you can see that is it this one? No, that's Goblin Town. And as you're walking back into the city, you can see that she sort of has a sense of relief as you can see more and more people, like just the hustle and bustle of a city working sort of calms her, right? Okay. Are you gonna go straight to Goblin Town, or are you gonna go to Goblin Town first? Or are you gonna try to go find a Helic Arena, or what's gonna happen?
Well,
I
what
really
does
just want
everybody
to fight
think?
you guys.
Well, we're gonna drop Ami back off at the sheepskins place.
Okay. All right. So Ami's actually one of the soap makers.
Soft hand, right?
Soft hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should definitely drop her off there.
Okay.
But isn't the town hunting for her?
Well, you had been sent
was it just
specifically
us?
to find her. The
Okay. By the
singer.
mayor?
Oh well, no. So the soft hands had been expecting her to return from Oak Ridge. And on her trip back, she would have stopped at the bee farms, and that's when Singer would have met her. But she never made it to the farm completely. So Singer, expecting her, worried about her, and then went to the soft hands directly to say she hasn't shown up. And so that's when you first went out to meet her. That's when you first met Singer. Singer was there explaining the problem, and
Right.
the soft hands asked you to go find her.
Okay. So we could turn her over for money.
I mean,
Okay.
you're gonna have to do a little bit of planning. I mean, I don't know how you're gonna negotiate that.
Or favors. We did already solve the murder of their first guild member, so maybe, just maybe, they might be willing to owe us a nice little favor at some point.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Oh. So let me actually put up a picture of here. There's Ami. Okay, so you can. You could ask for a favor. You also already have technically you already have favors from some of the guilds already. I think a theory made an association with the fire boilers. Dagmar with the. Let me see now. What was it? Oh yeah, Dagmar with the high chewers, Janera with the iron beaters, Aetheri with the fire boilers, and Gradal with the pedal sniffers.
But no one with the soap hands yet.
Nothing with the soft hands yet. So I mean, this is your chance. While Aetheri and Singer are walking ahead of you, you can sort of hold back a little bit and start to have a little conference. How can we squeeze as much as we can out of these people?
Well, I still have rope, right?
Whatever's in your packs.
Yeah, I could tie up Ami to make it look more official. What we're trying to do here.
I would vote against that idea. We are supposed to be rescuing her after all, not capturing her.
Yes. Exactly.
We could talk to the the guild leader of the soft hands and just explain the situation and hopefully they'd be willing to offer us favors anyway.
Well, that's the thing though. Ami was the second in command when the original leader was murdered. So as the small, so there's a big leader and a small leader. She as the small leader would move up into the big leader position. So she is the leader of the guild.
I would like to roll for intimidation, please.
Again? Okay, wait, what are you trying to do again?
I think it would behoove us to be nice to her.
God, Janera, so wise.
Well, I was thinking that maybe we could send someone who is like Janera, maybe, who is a little bit more persuasive and a little less terrifying. And I could even cast guidance on her before she goes in and she can ask for a little bit of a favor once we return Ami.
So just like an IOU, or do you have something specific in mind?
Nothing specific unless anybody has any suggestions.
No, I think like maybe just like a blanket, like we may need something in the future, and when we call you, we expect you to be there for us, or something like that.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of what kind of favor could a bunch of candle makers and soap makers do for you.
I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll need candles. We don't know.
Maybe you'll need a bath bomb. I don't know.
We can make wax replicas of the cup of the artifact.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I mean, actually, that's actually pretty good. Like, if you need to make because you can't 3D print anything, you can't do 3D scans, so you'll have to use things like wax. Okay.
Yeah, and if that's the thing, we took the artifact with us, but if we didn't take it with us, we could have had Ami sculpt and the people, the soap makers, the soft hands, make a wax mold that we can then create a new version of it. Sort of almost like a lost wax technique kind of thing.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. I'm gonna pause this and just sort of break the fourth wall for a moment. This question was actually posed on the Archie Fantasies podcast, which is, if you have a cursed object and you 3D print it, does the curse transfer over to the 3D printed version?
Do we have an answer to that?
Okay. All right. Back to the game.
The third item is cursed always.
Okay.
It's
So-
intense.
So, I'm guessing you just walk straight to the guild or whatever. As you're walking down the street, some people sort of notice you, or rather, they notice Dagmar. Because she
come on.
stands head and shoulders above the crowd. You stand out, Dagmar. You are quite a distinct person. Okay. However, once the soft hands notice you coming down the street, well, as you're walking, how do you guys look? Do you guys look happy? Do you look sad? I mean,
Well, I
Baywatch
always
style.
happy.
okay. So whatever demeanor that you're coming toward them, they're going to take that as a sign of your success or failure. I'm guessing you look successful, so there's a lot of shouts of joy, and sort of clapping, and the whole thing sort of begins to buzz like a hive as people come out in order to greet you.
Is the mayor there? Just out of curiosity.
No, the mayor's not there. I mean, it's
Okay.
it's not
More
his job to
importantly,
like
is
be there. But,
Dainty
yeah.
Foot there?
No, Daintyfoot is not what would you call it? A free range pig. So
So people are rejoicing that Ami is back.
yes, they're happy to
Okay.
see her.
Okay.
So they quickly usher you into the guild hall. Lots of people are going around. They're bringing you. This would be late morning, so they are sort of patting you on the back. They are. Let me think now. What would I guess maybe they are throwing sort of like confetti in the air, but it's not confetti. It's just like I guess like potpourri. Just whatever sense they're using to make for the soaps. And just like, yeah, as it comes in, or as you come in. Okay. I'm just wondering, Janera, for this negotiation, are you going to diplomatically and stealthily bring someone aside, or are you just going to declare it like right there, right on the floor of the guild hall?
Witnesses. It's important.
You can get things in writing.
I mean, probably a good idea. So I don't know, like, should we just...
Take her
Right.
aside and just
Yeah, I assume just talk to Ami directly if she's gonna...
false
end up-
pretenses of a hug and then whisper in her ear. Yeah.
On this day of my daughter's wedding. So, I mean, okay, so I guess you'll usher her, back, upstairs to like a second floor. There are going to be sort of other, sort of foremen or supervisors, other kind of forms of leadership in the guild that are following her. Do you want them to be in on the negotiations, or are you just, no, I want this just between the two of them, between Ami and you?
I say the more the merrier, but that's up to Janera.
Works for me.
Okay. So you go upstairs into sort of what feels like a conference room. There's a long table, some chairs. And everything in this building feels a little bit greasy though, from all the fat that's being boiled for the candles and soap. But inside here in the conference room, it seems to be fairly clean. And you can see like little candles on the shelves, like unused fresh candles on the shelves, and few little wax figures. And so Ami sits down at the head of the table, and a few of her lieutenants and or sort of managers of the guild, or some of the leadership of the guild, sort of sit to her left and to her right. So, if you'd like, Janera, you can make that roll for persuasion and see how big of a favor you can get from her.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You
maybe
guys want me
like
to
me for
try?
this.
Okay, so Janera, make your best case.
Okay, well. Listen, guys. So, we have not only solved the murder of your first leader, but we have now returned to your second leader. And I think, we don't expect any monetary compensation, but we would like to be able to call on you at some point in the future if we need a favor.
They sort of nod their heads and they're like in agreement. You're like, yes, you've done a lot for the Soft Hands Guild. Would you like a discount on all purchases made here?
Oh.
Just-
No.
kind of
I
like,
mean,
uh,
I mean, like, with our soaps, we can get you smelling absolutely fresh. We can get you smelling like a field of flowers. They look at Gradal, smile. They look at Janera, smile. They look at Theory, smile, and then they look up at Dagmar and just sort of stare.
Sorry. Suggesting that I'm not clean. I hang out with Gradal. There's no way. I smell like flowers all the time.
Okay, so, okay.
The second she says, I smell like flowers all the time, out comes
Don't.
the sleight of hand check.
No.
Dagmar, roll. Yeah. Well. Wait a minute. Wait. Well, okay. Let's. Okay. Why don't you roll perception? Technically, we could just do passive perception, but let's roll it to see what happens.
Oh my god. Ah.
oh.
There's no fooling you, Dagmar.
No, not this time.
Okay. So I'm just. My thought is that Dagmar deftly steps to the side as Grado holds up the flower, and she kind of Tai Chi like flows the arm up into the face of the soap makers at the soft dance. Like, I smell just like this kind of flower.
Epic. That's cool. I like that. Whatever this is, this one, I smell like this.
One of the leaders picks the flower out of Gradal's hands, if he'll let him.
Yeah, sure, of course.
And she's like, yes. And he's like, yes, we have plenty of these on in our supply in our warehouses. We can make soap that'll smell just like this flower. And we can have it to you at a discount, Dagmar.
Oh, God damn it. This isn't working, guys.
Well, Ami says, Ami thanks you very deeply. Like, thank you for everything you've done. You've saved me. You've saved the Soft Hands Guild. We will do whatever we can to assist you in the future.
Apply those discounts.
I mean, of course. We'll hang your faces in the guild hall. And so she sort of like whispers over to one of the people next to her, and he nods and then quickly like walks out down the stairs. Dun.
Like reach up and like grab, or not reach up, but reach down and grab Ami's hands. Can I do that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna reach and I'm gonna grab her hands and I'm gonna lean down or squat down so I'm eye level with her. I'm gonna get in really close. I'm just gonna be like, we saved your freaking life. We found you in a coffin.
I mean, she trembles a little bit and sort of like tears up a little bit, like, I was buried alive. and you can see her sort of start to accordion a little bit into a fetal position slightly.
You would have
Like-
stayed that way if not for us, though.
All of her leaders are sort of like kind of shocked and dismayed, like, ah, really? Wow. And they're wondering what to do.
So if we need your help sometime, not now, but sometime, we better get more than 25% off soap. Okay. That's it.
She nods in agreement.
I squeeze her hand a little bit, her hands, and then I let go and I stand up and resume my tall position.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna write down notes here. Negotiations with Ami. And I'm gonna write down I'm gonna draw a little thumbs up next to it. So, all right. Do you think just take your leave, or what's your next move?
What time of day is it?
Right now it's late morning. It's getting close to noon.
What would anyone say to a spot of lunch, and then maybe we can head over to the human side of town and ask about the what is it? The Antiquarian person. What's their name? You know what I mean.
Miss Rockbottom.
Yes. I was gonna say Stone Butt, but right.
That should have been a missed opportunity.
Dagmar, I'll do it for you later. So I'm gonna go drop off my honey at the fire boiler so they can make honey wine.
Okay, yeah. So this isn't quite a video game, but with your actions of theory, you have now unlocked honey mead from the fire boilers, and that should go well with the apple pies that you get from the grain grinders and those fried potato like spirals that you got by connecting one of the farmers with the goblins. So you got some nice food there.
Yeah. So we're having lunch.
I mean, you can go get donuts if you'd like.
Yay, donuts!
That would be nice, but after all those travel rations, I could definitely use some roughage.
Okay.
Travel rations? When was the last time we ate anything?
Yeah, we haven't really.
Like, what is food?
Or, we've had so many things with honey. I think I'm good with sweet for now. Just give me some roughage, something, Like, seriously, like out of game, you ever been through that thing, like, especially right after the holidays where you've eaten a lot of rich food all through the holidays and you're like, you get to New Year's and you're like, God help me, I need a salad.
Well, so I mean, if you're going to one of the guilds, the petal sniffers, the herbalists, the petal sniffers might have some sort of nice flowery herbally thingies. The bone munchers, I mean, if you need a porterhouse steak or something like that, the bone munchers will have it just next door. Otherwise, you're gonna have to sort of walk the alleys and streets to see if you can find something. If you go to the warehouses, there's some fish, I'm sure.
Well, I believe, especially since I hadn't chosen like combat spells or anything like that. Isn't there a create food and water spell that I as a druid can make?
Yes, there is, and also you often have access to Goodberry.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find it in my spell list right now. I do have Goodberry.
Create food and water, I think is do you have access to that? Because it's the 3rd level spell, and you're 4th level now.
Yeah, but I only have 1st and 2nd level spells, so I don't think I can have create or destroy water. But Goodberry sounds good to me.
Yeah, you should have access to Goodberry. And so Goodberry, you basically just produce a handful of berries, and eating one is good for the day, actually. 10 berries appear in your hand, and they are infused with magic for the duration. A creature can use its action to eat 1 berry. Eating a berry restores 1 hit point, and the berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day. And they lose their potency if they have not been eaten within 24 hours of the casting of the spell.
Ooh. I'm wondering if I hand like 5 to Dagmar, whether that might have some ill effects.
No.
I'm going to avoid that. I'll let everybody know. Only eat just 1 or they'll give you the trots.
I would treat it like lambda bread, so.
Dagmar's just gonna head to the bone munchers.
Okay. So just are we gonna split the party then? Dagmar's gonna go eat some meat, and then how about the rest of you?
I've already got my good berries, so I can join Dagmar. I can watch somebody eat meat. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Theory.
Yeah, I'll go with Dagmar. I'll go to the butchers.
Janera.
Yeah, I guess I will go too.
All right, you're at the bone munchers. Let's see. Let's pull up. Bone munchers. Okay, so me try to remember. That's a little bit I'm just trying to resize it because it looks a little bit fun. All right, but anyways, you see the leader of the Bone Munchers. And I'm trying to remember her name. Zixie, yeah, Zixie Bone Muncher. And she sees you coming up. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's my friends Dagmar, Groudal, Etheri, Genera.
Give me meat.
Oh, sure, honey. What kind of meat would you like? Do you want chicken, pork, beef, deer, duck,
Alligator.
goose, alligator? Well, let me see what I got. I don't think it'll be fresh. It's hard for us to get it because someone has to travel upriver a little bit for that. We don't often get it from the hide chewer.
Just whatever's the fastest. I haven't eaten anything but honey and beer. Just give me some meat.
It's the diet of champion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need my one meal of the month, please.
Okay. So she sort of like claps her hands and like yells at some people to come in. So they bring in she sort of smiles and winks at Dagmar. Don't worry, I got a perfect thing just for you. So some goblins come in, and it actually takes 2 goblins to sort of carry it. It's this giant hunk of what looks like meat, but it's kind of the size of a small log. It's like meat the whole way through, and it looks kind of odd.
So the giant Slim Jim.
Like no. And she explains that it's a special meat that they've prepared, where they've taken a like a section of a pig, they've stuffed it with a goose, and they've stuffed the goose with a chicken, and they've stuffed the chicken with a pigeon, and they've stuffed the pigeon with a sparrow, and then they put just one little tiny olive, boop, to stuff the sparrow.
Wow. What would you call that?
Meat ratatouille?
Delicious. Delicious, Dagmar, for you.
Oh.
My honey, my booby. Come, sugar.
I love her. I don't like her food, but she tries. Oh my god.
As a goblin, would I know this as some sort of goblin specialty, like kind of like a turducken, but like a turduckigenero?
Okay, so I'll pause a little bit. The explanation is this is actually, I don't remember the specific recipe, but this is an actual recipe from like medieval England or Germany, and the olive thing is a real thing. That's really like how they stuffed it at the last thing because they couldn't shove anything more. But for goblins, no, this is just the thing she does.
Wow.
I will eat it wholeheartedly. I will not displease this woman.
Raw, she's like, I'm gonna put it on the spit for you right now.
Whatever you want. I will not disrespect you.
So there's actually a little bit next door. There's kind of like a barbecue pit restaurant next door that often does business with them, and so she sort of borrows a pit from them. She brings you over, and like big bars are sort of set through it, and most of the bones have been sort of removed, and rope has been tied around it to kind of squeeze it and hold it together, and it's put on the pit, and it's beyond being spun and cooked on it. So let me think. I'm thinking that also when they cut it and carve it, they're gonna have to carve it a little bit the way they do shawarma or kebabs. Mexicans also do this, but I can't remember what the Mexican word for that one is. There's a Spanish term for it. Yeah, al pastor I think is actually specifically pork, because you can also do that thing. Because this is actually more history thing. Mexican food actually gets this through Spain, or from the Arab influences through Spain. But that's how you get that in taco places. But that's what's gonna happen. So you just have this big chunk of meat spinning on a metal pipe, and she's like carving off chunks of it as it gets cooked.
This session is really painful. I wish I had food in front of me.
Right?
I understand now why we avoided talking about food for the most part in previous seasons. Need a D&D and food session.
Not to rub salt in the wound, but for Christmas, my wife actually got me the D&D Heroes Feast cookbook.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Have you done anything with it?
she is the best human. I love her so much.
Aw.
Okay, so you all have this wonderful late breakfast, early lunch. 11 seats. You have an 11 seat. Okay. So and don't worry about the price. She gives it to you for free, and she pays for whatever it is.
I love her.
Okay. So you eat your fill, and you can also take this time to sort of ask any questions that you'd like of her.
So how are things going?
There we go.
They're going well. It's a little bit harder being the top leader, being the big leader of the guild. But I'm doing well. I
Is
wasn't
anyone
expecting
giving you trouble?
No. No one seems to be no one's arguing, no one's complaining. But business has been a little bit slow, but people have slowly been coming back. I mean, this is also, she sort of leans over, whispers like, "This is a little bit of advertisement for us." As she's sort of like trying to waft as much of the meat smell into the street.
Fair.
We respect that. Having any trouble with the soft hands? Are we good? You guys being good neighbors?
No, it's fine. I heard that you I'm guessing that you brought Ami back, right? I think I heard some people shouting about that.
Yeah, I like you better, but yes. Yeah. No confusion there, but yeah.
Oh, thanks, honey, but I just hope you never have to rescue me from whatever it is you rescued her from.
Oh no, you'll never be in danger. I've got my eye on you. And you treat me nice.
Gretel is just sort of awkwardly like looking at one, looking at the other, like deep stare, pretending he's not there.
Okay, so
how did somebody get on freaking Dagmar's good side?
She like pats.
I know, it's sheer disbelief.
She sort of pats Dagmar. It's like, eat more. You're too skinny, and she like gives you more meat.
Oh my god, she reminds me of my mother. That's it. That's it. Okay, got it. I will. Continues eating.
Okay. So she asks you, what do you plan to be doing from now on? I mean, there's no more monsters, right? And everyone's safe and sound, right?
I'd say so, but there are always bad people doing bad things.
Looters gotta
And-
loot.
And it's our job to go find them and whack them on the head.
Looters? Really? Looters? Like, what do you mean looters? Wait, are you talking about that gang of hooligans? There's a city gang that keeps messing with things.
Huh?
Are they
What?
stealing stuff?
So she explains that there is a bit of a street gang, that is here in Klaarg, and seems to be made up of a combination of goblins, mostly goblins and hobgoblins. But she has seen some humans or people. There are rumors that there are humans also with them, and maybe a dwarf or two. But but they tend to be sort of younger, and and she's kind of like. And she explains it the way she's implying is that they're stealing from like people's houses or businesses. If they're looting, they're looting someone's chest of coins or looting clothes from a house.
What does this gang call themselves?
Let me see. I'm trying to remember if I had a specific name. Let's see. I don't. Okay. If I find it later, I'll tell you the one that I had later because I probably would have had a good one for that one. But otherwise, no. I think the name was just Daggers. They're just gonna be called the Daggers.
Has she? Have you ever been to Oak Ridge?
No, she's never been to Oak Ridge. She mostly just stays here. She might go hunting along with the high chores occasionally, but
You don't go shopping in Oak Ridge.
no.
Okay.
Well, like now that I think about it, she might have been up there, but that's not some place she goes to regularly.
Okay.
So now we have two options, then it sounds like. Because we can go after these daggers, or we could check out that shop.
But the daggers, just to be clear though, the daggers are kind of street gang. They're not organized, and as far as Zixie knows, they're not in Oak Ridge. It's specifically here in Klaarg. They're all hooligans.
Yeah.
Well, we could go out and take care of that, but first we should find someone to pay us to do it.
Oh, like
Yes.
like who? Do you think Mayor Tamarin would actually give you something, or would you think that humans would want to go get something or give you something?
Oh, I think the mayor might be interested. I think so.
Well, which one, the Goblin Mayor or the Human Mayor?
The Goblin mayor. But I'm
Okay.
still really interested in the shop, though.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about that. To wrap up what's been going on with Ami.
So, we got the four of you then. We got Genera, Theory, Dagmar, and Graddall. So now is your discussion of your next move. So to summarize, the item, you suspect the item that Ami has, actually, I forgot to do something real quick. Who had it? Who's carrying it again? I think Graddall.
Yeah, Theory got it and gave it to Graddall.
Yeah.
I believe I still have it, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to send
And
you...
So far I haven't succumbed to any major curses or anything like that. Although maybe one night, just to mess with you, I might just start speaking backwards or something.
Oh no.
I forgot to say this one part here. Okay. So Greta sent you a message in Discord.
Okay.
Um,
Checking now.
so you're suspecting that the cup that you have possessed in your possession is cursed. Which you're thinking that maybe that's what happened to Ami.
Yep.
If you go to Oak Ridge, you're basically going to follow the trail to find out where the cup came from originally. Or you can stay here and try to investigate the daggers, this sort of street gang, and bring a little more peace and safety to the city of Klaarg at large.
I'm all for not making myself cursed anymore. It was definitely not fun. I had some really nasty, scary dreams last night.
Yeah, I feel bad about that. So we should definitely fix this.
So just to enhance the simulacra, while you're doing your discussion, you can make a little sounds as you're eating your meats.
You're hurting me. About to bail and grab a box of trail mix.
So Janera, what was your vote?
I vote for following the trail of this cursed artifact.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so it sounds like we're largely in agreement then. So you're gonna try to. Yes.
Oh, I was going to say, before we do that, shouldn't we go find, what's her name? Miss Lithic Tushy.
Yes.
Oh my god! Oh god! I just heard that.
So that'll be part of the process.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So I hope someone out there is taking notes and keeping track of all the different versions of her name that we're doing.
Yes, yes, I am.
Here.
Just wrote that one down.
Okay, so my guess is when you start to talk about the artifact, okay, so Zixie's going to explain then a little bit about the city. So let me see here. Okay. So what's going to happen is right now you are about here in the Butcher's Guild. You're going to have to go down south into this larger area. And you're going to have to go to a section of town. Actually, yeah. You're going to have to go to a section of town that's around here somewhere. There are markets there. And so because this is actually on the edge of the mouth of the river that heads out to sea, a lot of things come through here. There are a lot of warehouses and piers and things as trade comes in and out. There are artifacts that come in from the north part of the continent that I was talking about earlier. And so she explains that the rule is any artifacts that come from the Mount Heldar, which is where the city's sort of built on, anything like that is off limits, cannot be traded or sold. They're under strict control and authority of the city of Klaarg. Specifically because the city government and the mayor and the authorities do not want people digging up the streets or digging up the mountain or whatever. However, artifacts from other places do get traded. And there is a very strict authority that checks through these markets to make sure that none of these artifacts have any of the the markings and distinct styles that you would find from here. So there's somebody out there. There is somebody out there who seems to be an expert on the artifacts here to be able to check and make sure that only artifacts from outside the city are traded. That nothing from inside that originates from inside the city is bought or sold.
So it's regulated, but it's only regulating the stuff from outside or from inside the city.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because you're gonna get a lot of you're getting a lot of traders and things like that, and it's each of the cities are largely independent from each other, so it's hard to regulate the artifacts coming from another location, passing through this town and going to somewhere else. So so she's just trying to sort of at least keep a lid on it, but there's only so much she can do.
So if she saw an artifact, would she know if it was from her region, from this place, or from outside?
Yes. She would reckon. So Zixi explains that they'd probably be able to tell fairly quickly. That you would have to go.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, I whispered to Grout, so we show her the thing.
So Zixi herself is not exactly sure. And she says, she says you're gonna have to go to the ministerial office of the study and preservation of antiquities and natural philosophy. It's part of the mayor's office. So there might be an officer there at the markets, or you can just go to the mayor's office itself directly, and you might find someone there.
That acronym again?
MOSPAMP, the Ministerial Office of the Study and Preservation of Antiquities and Natural Philosophy. Thank you very much.
And the person, and what was the name of the person in charge of that again?
That's probably she sort of scratches her head for a second. I don't really deal with the human stuff all that much. You should deal with meat. But if I remember quite right, it's something like
yeah, I don't remember. It's like a stone butt, like
No, I got that one already.
Like that. I don't know.
Was she a hard ass?
No.
Hard ass.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The real ass is the right one then.
Okay, yeah, something like that. Maybe like what is it, Granite Heine? I don't know.
Oh god, guys, I can't keep up.
We'll ask when we get there just to make sure.
Okay. Okay.
The name of that place.
Okay, so she's gonna point you off in the direction, and I guess you can start to walk through town, right? Are you gonna do anything as you walk through the human part of town?
I think I'd just like to take a look around and just keep my eye out to see how we're being perceived as we walk through town.
All right. Okay, so if any of you want to check up on how you're being perceived as you walk through town, I want you to make either a perception check or an insight check. Perception check to notice if something happens, and insight check to understand what people are doing.
My perception first, and then I'll follow up with my insight. Perception was great, insight not so much.
Okay, so for all of you, you all rolled incredibly well on your perception checks. So you do notice, let me see now, because it's a goblin, a half-orc, a hobgoblin, and a half-elf. So as you walk through the human part of town, you get a lot of stares. People point, people sort of whisper. You do get attention as people sort of as you walk down through the streets. For Gradall, because it's inside so low, you think that people are excited to see you, like it's a parade. Wow, they don't see these kinds of people very often. So they're really, really paying attention to you, Gradall. Feel proud.
Must be all the flowers.
All right. Let me see here. I'm going to pull up my notes. Okay, let me see. Okay. So did you want to go to specifically the mayor's office or to the market?
Oh, Daryl, I think you cut out there for a second.
Oh, did I? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So right now you're walking through the town. Do you want to head toward the mayor's office, or do you want to head toward the markets?
My vote's for the market.
Do
Is
that.
everybody? Etheria, what was your vote?
Oh, yeah, the markets. Let's do that.
Yeah, we can head to the markets. I'm good with anything.
That works.
All right. Okay. Okay. So you do come down to the marketplace here. And the one and so there is a farmer's market area, but there's another side that's a little bit closer to the ports. On the eastern side of that the area that I was circling. And you get quite a few stares as you know people have their shops, and you can see that people are selling clothing. They're selling trying to think like oil lamps, little statues. They have just a lot of things from all over the continent. Are you gonna you do see as you come up you eventually find the part of the market, the area of the market that sells a lot of these artifacts. And these artifacts, I mean, there's just all sorts of things. Like there's wooden objects, stone objects, metal objects. Some of them look quite beautiful, and you can tell that they've been very well fashioned. Some of them look very questionable. There's one stall that you notice is selling rocks, and the rocks have little carvings on them, and you can tell like there's like dinosaurs on the little rocks and like people on them. So it's just this wide variety of objects.
Huh.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, you lost us.
Oh, dude. No, nothing.
What do we what the policy on that? I don't know.
Okay. So the as you're sort of like just staring in sort of disbelief at all these objects here, like artifacts, no idea what they are, have no idea what purpose they are, where they come from. You kind of see the crowd part a little bit, like there's just something sort of like coming at you. And like it's kind of like the parting of the Red Sea, where the crowd sort of parts, and it's like around you, directly around you, it's like really noisy. People start shouting and bargaining and bartering. But as this sort of like wave is coming towards you, as party, it like gets like quieter. And then you notice finally the crowd parts, and you notice that there's a person walking through, looking very, very sternly.
Enter the shippo. Or should I say the Moss Panpo, the Ministerial Office of the Study and Preservation of Antiquities and Natural Philosophy Officer?
Okay,
I'm
so
excited now.
Don't look at her butt. Do not look at her butt.
Eyes up here. Eyes up here.
Okay, she is wearing a bit of a long coat. You cannot see it.
Damn it.
So, I mean, if you want to be a skirt flipper and flip the coats of her coat, I guess you can.
No.
I don't know what will
Right of
happen.
the hand.
No. No way. Not without consent.
Yeah, we're not gonna
Wearing
pull
a
that
bag and
SAA
something.
here.
Oh God, quit.
Right?
Oh, too soon. Still too soon. God damn. I'm
Okay,
very intimidated.
so the drawing we have here, she looks smiling. Okay, so she does have a bit of a smile on, but her brows are sort of furrowed, and there's a very intense look in her face. So you can
Can you draw
tell.
over?
Oh, are you? Oh, sorry, I put you in the wrong spot. Let me see here. Oh, wait, no, yeah,
Okay,
you
frown.
can see her. Oh wait, yeah, you can see her, right? Can't you?
Yeah. You just gotta draw a frown on her.
Oh, well, no. What I meant was that she's smiling like she enjoys it, but the intensity of
Oh.
her look, you can tell that what she enjoys doing is not very pleasant.
And we're surrounded by a crowd right now. of people.
Well, the crowd is parting for her.
But Grado
you
still thinks it's for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to him.
I'm a celebrity.
Friends! This is amazing.
So she you can tell that all the shopkeepers look sort of nervous and kind of like avert their gaze a little bit as she's walking by, and you can tell they're like sort of like fidgeting with their merchandise. And she goes through the shops, and you can see her as she sort of picks up things and looks at it really closely, intensely, and puts it back down. And she goes through some of these things one by one. But she's able to go through fairly quickly. Eventually, she comes to you. She looks at all of you, and she kind of looks up at Dagmar. She is a dwarf. She's shorter. And she's like, "What are you? Are you shopping for Cameron Big Suckling?"
I don't know. Are you?
No, we are actually coming to see you. We're actually coming to see you, miss.
Me? You've come to see me?
Absolutely. We've heard far and wide about Miss. I want to pause for a second and then
Oh
go.
God.
Rock bottom?
Hard ass?
Oh my
Listen
gosh, she
to
is a
she.
literal hard ass.
That was the joke in the Discord, okay?
Oh God.
Okay, so she's like, "Yes, I am Miss Rockbottom. I'm Helgarina Rockbottom, a representative of the mayor's office. I do inspections here of artifacts to make sure that nothing of the cultural resources here of Heldar is misappropriated."
Ah,
You're doing
very
God's work.
nice. Well, the God's work, I think.
Sorry. Oh, in chat, good luck, lady. uh, can we help you in any way?
Are you acquainted with the material culture that is found here in Mount Heldar? Help me identify these things.
We like to dig.
Mhm.
I already have shovel bombs. I don't need any more.
Damn.
Dime a dozen. Would you know anything about coffins that mysteriously magically get buried on occasion and have no ground disturbance whatsoever? Perhaps?
She gives you the strangest of looks. She's like,
I have not been drinking today.
No, not today, but do you have perhaps a moment to chat or an office that we could sit down at and discuss?
I'm more than happy to discuss a topic that I'm that I'm well versed in, but I don't think I have much knowledge about magical coffins.
What about cups?
Cups.
Cups.
What cups are you talking about?
Well, maybe we should just explain the situation from the beginning. And I can basically go into detail and explain how we found Ami and where we found her and our concern about how the looting in Oak Ridge or in other places might be bringing in evil spirits.
She kind of like sighs a little bit and it's like, well, and she also explains that the rumor of cursed objects is actually quite rampant. That it's part of that it's fairly common belief that a lot of objects from up north, from that area I was talking about, are cursed. Or just they're just not good. They're sort of they're very tempting because they often give you abilities to do things, but they come at some sort of cost. But people don't know what they are. It's sort of inconsistent. It's very strange. Um,
Might this be one of them? And I literally pull out the cup and show it to her.
okay, she holds it. It's like, may I examine it? She holds out her hand.
You may fully take possession of it if you wish. Yes.
Okay, so
Keep
she
away from us.
um. Oh good golly,
Jazzy.
I'm writing some notes down. I'm gonna have to be like, okay, has library for fighting monsters from cursed objects.
Okay.
Okay, see Buffy.
Oh my god.
Now I want to do an episode that's all musicals.
Oh.
It would be amazing.
Okay.
But did we just curse the Manshippo?
Shit.
Not opposed. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay. Okay, so she holds the cup. Okay. She kind of holds up the cup and like holds it in her hand, looks at it, holds it up to the light, examines it, rotates it. And she's like, I'm not familiar with this one, but I know this is not from Heldar. And I know that this is not a more modern cup because it's, or at least with from the city, because usually cups here are made are either ceramics or they're carved from wood. They don't usually, they're made of metal like this. And she kind of kind of like tilts her head a little bit. And it's like, I think this is actually a specific kind of metal that is found in that area to the north of that sort of fallen lost civilization. Yeah, this kind of looks like, I don't know about the cup exactly, but the metal, I've seen this kind of metal before. It doesn't tarnish. Um, it stays shiny, surprisingly, despite how many years it may be exposed. That would be coming from the wastes. It's the term for that area, the wastes. So I mean, if this comes from the wastes, I would expect it to be. I mean, it would make sense for it to be cursed if that's what if the rumors are true. She, and the outside of the cup has a like a cornucopia, and outside and flowing out of the cornucopia is some sort of liquid. She's like it's pouring out water. And she holds it out and hands it back to you.
Does the wastes have a shippo?
So she explains that that her authority only extends to the boundaries of the city of
Right.
Klaarg.
Yeah.
Right. So if it's the city of Klaarg, then she has some sort of authority. But in Oak Ridge, she doesn't really have any authority. So she sort of curses a little bit under her breath, like, "Oh, Oak Ridge." She kind of rolls her eyes, because she knows that things are coming from there, but she only has so much ability to control that.
Is there anybody else we can talk to learn more about Oak Ridge and the wastes and what's going on over there?
You'd probably have to go there directly. We just get whatever we get. We just get whatever we see in the ports.
There isn't anybody a little bit more knowledgeable or who travels there often in the marketplace?
She kind of sighs a little bit and like looks you up and down, and then like looks over at Gradal and like, well, actually, there might be somebody. Not here, not in Klaarg. Someone in Oak Ridge.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I don't know them personally. I've only heard their name, and we get a lot of. Every time I talk to people and have questions about their artifacts, they often mention his name. Let me see. She scratches her, like she strokes her beard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dagmar's like squatting down at this point.
Okay. There's some sort of name. It's a little bit difficult to pronounce. It's kind of long. If I remember correctly, it's a Zixwivut Surk P. I'm an local Jig Fed Kaba.
Jig Fed Kaba. That's the name?
Wow.
Okay, just
Red kebab.
How do I spell that?
It sounds like something I ate in Jordan once.
it's just the alphabet backwards.
Oh. Get out of here. Okay. Where can we find Jig?
Okay, so Jig, he seems to base his he seems to have some sort of base of operations or operating out of Oak Ridge. He seems to be running some sort of organization called the Shovel Hobs, and digging up things up north. Because I hear that he's like a lot of the artifacts I find when I ask them where they come from, they say they get it from him. The reason why I mention him is because apparently he's a goblin. And she looks at Dagmar or Gradol.
Oh, so you assume that because I'm a goblin, then I know all other goblins? Is that what this is? Is this one of those things?
Oh God! Oh, love it when Gretel gets sassy. Rare. I love it. I feed on that shit.
Look, you wanted information. I'm giving you information. If you don't want it, then let me do my work. I have more to keep checking these stalls.
He have come from any guild back in Goblin Town?
If you're asking Helgarina, Rock Bottom, she doesn't know anything about the guilds really. She knows of them, but she doesn't know anything.
Yeah. Out of the loop. Okay.
Can I do just like an insight check or just see if like I believe her or she's being straight with us, that sort of thing?
Go ahead, roll an insight.
I would offer
Slow it.
intimidation, but not for a shippo or a moss pampo.
Sorry, my computer is currently reloading D&D Beyond.
Oh wow. Okay.
This moment of buffering brought to you by D&D Beyond.
Musical sponsor by
Necrogoblicon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so do any of you want to ask her anything? Chinera, do you want to ask anything? A
Don't
theory.
think
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah,
Theory?
sorry, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to ask her, does she think that there's people from up in Oak Ridge that are looting down here? Because maybe we can go up there and see if any of Klaarg objects are up in those markets.
So she sighs again and sort of like a little bit, and she's like, people are probably taking things from Mount Heldar. There's only so much we can do. But as far as I know, they don't have any big operations. It's mostly like a small, just one or two people sneaking up into the mountain, into the caves, and stealing things. If you'd like, if you can't do me a favor and actually go up there and check on the markets there to see if you find anything from Heldar up there, I would be very grateful because it would help me in my investigations.
Okay.
Okay, so
Now,
yes.
how would we be able to tell if an item is from Heldar, though?
So you see the big bag she has? She sort of reaches into the bag and she pulls out a couple parchments. And she sort of flips through them, and she hands a few papers to you. And the papers have just the large drawings and notes on them. And so she tells him, like, those are some of the most common motifs that you'll find on objects from Heldar. And those are some of the most common objects that we've been able to excavate ourselves and study ourselves. I often use those when I'm training my officers and helpers, but you can have those.
Cool. Thank you. I'm waiting for Dagmar to shake her down for money if we find something.
What?
Who's waiting for people like, how much are you gonna pay us? No, we will. We'll let you know what we find.
Thank you. Is that it, or may I go? I'm kind of busy.
That's it, unless I can finally get D&D Beyond to load.
Well, if you'd like, you can just roll an insight check, and then we'll tack on your bonuses by hand.
Okay, hold up a second. Yeah. hold on.
Yeah, just roll a d20.
And Jesus, why is everything being slow now?
How often do you get out into the field, Helgarina?
The field? You mean the mountain?
Nah, just out of your office.
It's an excellent question.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out of my office right now, checking on all
Yeah.
these stalls, and she shoots daggers. She stares daggers at the different shops, and you can people sort of like straighten up a little bit as they catch her eye, her glances.
I love that. I wish it worked like that in real life.
Right.
I like your pants.
Thank you. I like your bear.
Thank you.
Oh no, roll 20's broken too.
No.
She's not wearing pants.
They're tight. They're tight. Okay. I'm trying to be period accurate here and have tight pants.
It helps with digging, which she clearly does a lot of as a moss pampo.
I rolled an 8, but my bonus for insight is 5, so that'd be a 13.
Okay. I mean, from what you can tell of her, she doesn't seem like a person to lie. She's, you know, like there's certain people that like are always trying to get things out of you. Like those sorts of people lie. For her, she doesn't really seem to care about you to lie. Like seems very focused on doing what she's doing, and so none of this seems like a lie. She doesn't seem to be hiding anything. Oh no. What are you doing, Dagmar?
No, I was just curious.
Turning the pants off.
You
I
like
wanted to see if it worked.
you wanted to bat your eyelashes and like blow kisses at her or something? What is this?
You can't do it in real life. I just wanted to see if it worked. You gotta make friends with your shippo.
Okay, I mean,
I have like a half-eaten donut or something from my pocket, and I just hand it to her.
okay.
No context.
She like, okay. All right, so you put out your hand, and your hand is full of this half-eaten donut.
From like weeks ago.
She does not put out her hand to accept it. So if you put it out to her and you let go, it just like hits the floor, and she doesn't even like look at it. She's just like,
Rejection.
Oh man. Gonna go back to that kind lady at the Butcher's Guild.
she is rock bottom. Okay, she's not your mother.
No, I'm gonna go back to the nice lady and just be like, I just tried to befriend a shippo and she didn't accept my donut.
Oh my god.
Okay, and she's like, well, thank you for the offer of help. If you'd like, you can follow me as I go through these artifacts and identify them, or check them and inspect them. But I can't dawdle here in the street. And she begins to walk past you, and she starts to rifle through stalls again and like holding up objects for inspection.
Well, I'm good if everyone else is, but DM, do we know how far away, how long is the trip to Oak Ridge from where we are? in
Oak Ridge
Klaarg?
is a 2-day walk. You're going to have to camp out somewhere in between. So unless you get horses or something like that, you're gonna have to walk. It'll take you at least 2 days.
The Stoat people, they owe us a favor.
I don't think they have horses.
No? Not unless there's also farriers around here, but I don't particularly feel like renting horses, and frankly, I couldn't get up on the damn thing.
That's why we have Dagmar. She'll just lift you up.
I just give Dagmar sort of a like sideline look and just looking at her and thinking in my head that if she this picture in my head that if she tries to put me up on a horse, that she's just going to decide to shot put me instead.
In my head, I feel like you're gonna put a flower in my belt as I lift you up.
She's not wrong.
Damn it.
And do remember that her hands will be full, like lifting you up, so she will not be able to bat it away.
Right.
Let's definitely not do the horses then. Avoid that whole mishap altogether.
I certainly don't mind walking, if that's okay with other people.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, through the new fields of flora.
Okay. All right. So you're basically just gonna have to walk along the road that follows the river up north. Make sure you have some rations though. You're gonna have to have at least 2 days worth of rations or something. And you can choose what you like. You can either just buy the standard rations, which I think are 5 silver a day. And you can get like apple pie.
Can I assume that the meal I had earlier at the Butcher's Guild that I had what is it? What's the expression, like take away from that?
Doggy bag?
Yeah.
Let
Or
me see. Yeah.
And buy some jerky, maybe.
Yeah.
Bunch of jerky from them.
Yeah. So I know we haven't really been going over the money, but I guess you can make your rations whatever you like. It'll just be the standard 5 silver a day. So write down in your notes whatever your rations are going to be. If it's fried potato spirals, owl bear claws, if it's al pastor tacos, or a torta.
Bullet.
I thought we had a moratorium about talking about delicious food anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sorry as the DM.
I'm gonna take out
I'm
after
very
this.
sadistic.
Yeah, seriously.
I've been stuck inside for ages, and I have not had any Mexican food, like real Mexican food, in a long time.
Yeah.
And I just want to get a real, or like a really, really. I mean, I'm in New England. We can't really get good tacos very often around here. So I'm supremely jealous.
Or we can have some pupusas with curtido.
God, you really do live off of our tears. You don't kill our characters, you just make us hungry. It's worse, even.
Okay. So go ahead and write down your rations. Okay, so this is fantasy escapism, everybody. Thank you. Good night. Uh, so if you want to get back at us, you can add to the mayhem here, and each of you can describe the rations you are buying for the trip.
I wouldn't do that to myself even.
Okay, all right, hardtack. Okay, lambda spread. Good berries. Was it MREs?
Yeah, right.
Good berries.
Goblin
I,
aliens.
I have to stop by the pedal sniffers to pick up one small thing before we leave, though.
Okay.
Nothing big. Just pick up a little bit of purple hair dye.
Okay.
Wait, Gretel,
Probably.
that's
More
not your
flowers.
natural hair color.
I just sort of looked the other way, embarrassed.
We need to update the fan art that we got with the real hair color.
You don't know what the real hair color is.
Mm.
I didn't let that slip yet.
Since you are like now, you are in this market. That's mostly humans here. There are some dwarves, and there are some hobgoblins working as town guards here, but it's mostly humans here, and they are giving you sort of odd looks. As you're walking past some of the stalls, some people start a little bit of small talk from you, but it sounds kind of like catcally, in the sense that like, hey, are you brothers with Tamara and Big Suckling? And what you slowly sort of piece together is that the even though goblins in general don't seem very welcome here, the goblin mayor does shop here regularly. Specifically him.
Oh, interesting.
He did have a lot of trinkets in his house, if I do recall.
So I could report him and then have the authorities take him away, potentially, and then take the pig. Is that how that works?
You get custody.
Okay. Helgarina Rockbottom does have authority, but she does not have the authority for arresting people. She does have the authority for fining, maybe confiscation of certain materials, okay, but not arresting.
Harm her just a little bit more with my huge charisma, then maybe she could confiscate the pig from me. I'll just keep trying.
Oh.
Just every time I see her, just roll a charisma check.
Okay. I made a slight mistake here. I forgot to draw in an extra bit of road. There's supposed to be a bit of road along here, but that's not a big deal. Okay. All right. It is. You are going along the roads. There are a lot of people going along there. You're going to.
Everybody we meet gets a flower.
Yes.
Oh my god.
There might be thieves along the road, but you're
They get a
very
flower too.
yeah, but you're very strong and well equipped, right? There might be an inn along the way, because it does take 2 days, or you can just be committed to sleeping outside. Just make sure you have your bedroll or tent ready.
Sounds good to me. Do we encounter anything along the way, other than just some other travelers on the road?
Okay, all right. So I just wanted to make sure that you all had an idea of what you're doing in town just before you left. Okay.
Okay.
So if you leave right now, you're leaving in the evening. So it's in the middle somewhere. It takes you about the day to walk, but right now you're starting in the evening. So you can either start one night, or you sleep one night in the city and leave in the morning the next day, or you can just like head out right now.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Gretel needs to go to the pedal zippers, right?
Yeah. And we can crash here for the night, and then we'll have a fresh round of spells in the morning, and we can have a nice meal before we head out on the road.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So, all right. So you head up. What was it? The pedal sniffers?
Yes, I just need to pick up some more of that purple hair dye. Is all.
All right. Purple sniffers.
Check with the guild leader and see if there's any interesting scuttlebutt to hear about, any interesting rumors.
Oh man, I do like how you guys. Well, maybe it's a little bit my fault, but I do like how you always ask questions. Where are the pedal sniffers? Here we go. Pedal sniffers. Cheek. Okay. All right. So, in Goblin Town, Cheek again greets you. You get your customary package. Wink, wink. Nod, nod. And let me think. No, and Cheek whispers like, I think, and I made the formula a little bit extra longer lasting. Okay. Okay. But she says there's no other rumors, nothing. And if you want, you can get whatever sort of jerky on your way out from the Butcher's Guild. But there's nothing nothing notable. She might describe the daggers, but that's about it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You just want to head out the next morning, fellas?
Okay. So you start off on the road. As you walk along, just this is a bit of a choice here. Oh, which road do you pick? Do you pick the one on the left that goes like this, that hugs along the mountains, or the one on the right that hugs along the river?
One along the river, right?
They
Yeah.
join later on. But yeah, if you pick
Alright.
the river, that's fine.
Resources. It's probably more flat. All of the general geography reasons.
Get water.
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
But,
okay, so go for it, Michael.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just going to ask on the map what that little red spot is to the west of the road. There seems to be a red spot in the middle of the road.
Okay, so
Not in the direction you're going, but in the opposite direction. Yes.
yeah. So the red spots here, I'm just marking it for basically cities or settlements. So Klaarg here, Long Bay over here, Oak Ridge at the top. That's just red to show that it's a city. So this part here is just a little bit of a small village, a little mountain village up there in the mountains, but it's very small.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, and then one more thing, that black line, that black curvy line that cuts through the mountain road, what is that? Is that another path? It just
Oh, that's a
stops.
stream. That's a river.
Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, it's blue. I see. Okay. Very
Yeah, I
slightly
might have
blue.
to like redo these maps digitally so they're super clean, but
Oh, these are still really cool. I just
Yeah.
didn't see the blue.
okay. Okay, anyways, so you're walking up. The reason why I'm asking is so as you walk So as you walk up this way, you pass through the farms, and there's actually a little bit of ruins over here that you notice, um, like an old port. As you pass through this road right here, you actually pass by the little refugee camp, and so you can wave to. Let me see. I'm trying to remember his name. You wave to Zelix Turd Riegs, who's the liaison right there, who's just sort of like smiles and waves as you pass by and blows you kisses.
Oh, toss your flower now, Gretel.
Absolutely.
Not
I
doing it.
will. I will wave to Ziltud Freaks on the way, and I'll get up my staff of flowers, and just like a t-shirt cannon at a baseball game.
No,
I'll-
God.
I'm in the general
Oh my
direction.
god.
So this, what kind of flower? Can I vote for dandelion?
Absolutely.
Okay, so just this big puff of dandelion, like seeds, just like poof, like a cloud, just spreads over the camp.
Oh my god.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm extremely happy.
And so you can see sort of like the children like, yay! Okay, I'm imagining the scene at the beginning of the Fellowship of the Ring when Gandalf shoots off the firework for the little Hobbit kids.
Yes.
Oh my god. Huh.
Okay. So it's a pleasant enough I guess now would be late fall. So rather cool, and the turning of the leaves as you come up. So you do see you do see a few people sort of walking in along the roads and things like that. Let me see here. Okay, it's largely uneventful. And you do notice a few spots along the way where people have stopped. Like open like dirt areas where there's nothing growing and it's like really padded down. You can notice the fire rings as you walk by. And basically early evening you actually reach here the Midfield Crossroads here. And here at the crossroads there's an inn. There's an inn here actually that's sort of built into the hillside. You can stop here for the night, or you can just say forget it, don't want to pay for it. I'm going to go camp out there in the field somewhere, or you can keep walking into the night.
How close are we to the nighttime at the Midfield Crossroads?
It's early evening. You still have a few more hours. You still have maybe 2 or 3 hours of daylight left, and it's not. It's about midway, but not quite.
What do other people think?
Well, if we stay at the inn, maybe we can see if we can get any info, like any other travelers passing through, maybe if they know anything about the antiquities trade or the stuff that's going on up in Oak Ridge.
Yeah, I agree. We should check it out.
Seems good to me too.
Okay. Okay, so you just. Oh yes.
Yeah, let's go to the inn.
Yeah, the inn, yay. Okay, so the inn is it's basically a very large house. It's like a 2-story house. And there's actually some more smaller rooms sort of built into the side of the hill. You see some stables off to the side and horses tied up, and you can hear the clinking of glasses and ta- plates as you walk inside. The the house overall sort of well worn. Uh, looks kind of old. Not quite in disrepair. But it has seen better days. Okay. You walk inside, and there are several people inside, like maybe half a dozen people eating. Um, and you get some humans, some dwarves, uh, and someone standing out behind the bar. Let's see here. Pull up my notes. Okay, and so the lady that is standing there asks you like, how many of you?
Well, we need a couple rooms.
Oh, certainly. She sort of rubs her hands like, how many would you like?
God, this is where we have to decide on how good of friends we are.
I
Oh.
guess so, yeah.
Oh God, we just like awkwardly look at each other like
If you have a flower garden outside, I'm perfectly fine sleeping there.
DM, is there a flower garden outside?
No, we just have a stable.
You gonna sleep next to the horse, Gretel?
No, that's No. I think you guys smell slightly better than the horses, so I think I'm gonna stick with y'all.
Do you have one room with 4 beds?
Room with 4 beds? Okay. Let's see here. She sort of looks at all of you, and she's like, looks at Gradon, and looks at Dagmar, and then like, well, I think our beds will fit you. So she leads you outside to one of the rooms. It's basically a large shack. It's built into the hillside. So she opens it up for you and shows you inside that there are 4 beds. It's actually kind of like a half cave. Like they sort of started as a cave and they just like built wood walls into it.
What? Wait, how far is this from the inn? Is she taking us to like some murder cavern thing?
No, it's just next to the inn. It's just outside.
Okay.
It's built like into the side of the hill.
Okay. And the rest of the rooms for the other people are in the inn?
And there's several ones, but this is because there's several like buildings that are obviously been built later after the original inn was made. So these are their expansions to put make more rooms available. So this is just the largest one she has available to you.
Okay. Probably won't die.
In a cave.
Murder cavern.
It's fine, guys. We'll just go run and hide behind the chainsaws.
All right.
Writing down notes, putting a curtain of chainsaws down.
I'm gonna have to perception check this lady.
She just looks like a nice, like middle-aged human lady. Huh? So she's like, okay, I know it's not the best, but it is our largest room, and if you would like to stay the night, it will cost you. Let me see. It'll cost you a gold piece.
Sounds fine to me. What about you
That's
guys?
reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just
Can
need
I-
one
can I-
gold piece.
Hold up. Can I do an insight check to see if she's shaking us down?
Okay.
The gold piece seems real high to me.
Okay, so I want each of you to make an investigation check, and you're basically going to investigate the room real quick. That's what you're doing, to
Okay.
see just whether this room is actually worth it or not. Thank you, Dagmar.
She sees
I'm-
all.
And I'm back to D&D Beyond being
Damn.
frozen.
Theory, do it a theory.
Is one gold piece really a lot for this?
Yeah, divided by 4. Wait, how many silver pieces? Is that
Come
100?
on.
No, it's 10.
Oh, it's 10.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's-
10.
I hate Chrome so much.
Okay, so it's 2.5 silver each then. Right?
And wasn't
Yeah.
it like 20 silver a day for rations? That seems.
It was 5 silver?
Oh, it was 5? Okay.
So
It's 5
2.5.
silver a day.
Yeah, so this
So
is
sorry,
reasonable.
folks. My computer just is frozen again.
Oh. I can roll investigation again for Gretel.
Yeah, I don't know why my whole thing is frozen right now. Yeah. Because, maybe it's just me, Mr. DM, but a whole gold piece for a crappy room out back does not seem particularly.
Well, the lady sort of shrugged her shoulders. Well,
Oh,
we're the only inn
Natural one.
on the road, yeah.
And it's in a cave. It's partly in a cave, which
Right.
is excellent Airbnb. Gimmicky. Very gimmicky.
Oh, 2 natural ones in a row. What the hell?
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Oh, I didn't
Gretel,
think you
she's-
in red.
Red means he rolled the lowest. That means he rolled a 1. If it's a green, that means you've rolled the highest.
Oh, God.
Oh, I rolled 2 natural ones in a row. Oh, no.
Okay, Gretel, you notice something on the pillows. You notice something on a pillow, and it looks like a chocolate on the pillow. This lady
Chocolate bar.
seems such a nice lady. What luck you have meeting such a kind, gentle soul here on the road.
Mhm.
Being the kind and gentle soul I am, I think I'm going to offer the chocolate to Dagmar.
Okay, so you
Follow
actually go.
steps.
Okay, wait, no. So you go up to the pillow to get the chocolate on the pillow.
Mm-hmm.
As you reach out your hand to grab it, it moves away from you.
God. What?
Oh.
What? What is this
that's
bullshit?
I mean, to be fair, how many of us have had to stay in a place like this for like work?
Yeah.
Wait, is she
So-
still here with us? Couldn't we just turn around and be like, "Yo, what the? What's
I'm
with
sure
this?"
she hears us. She's trying to give us this awful room for a gold piece. Compared to that.
Can we try some more checks, some more rolls? Could we do some things?
I see you try to intimidate her. I don't know what you try to
No,
intimidate
that
her
was
with.
misclick. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean,
Damn it!
No.
All right, we get all these low rolls out now, so that the next session when we're fighting,
What? Another 7.
we get all these low rolls out. Next session when we're fighting something, it'll be gone.
I am like struck with how Dagmar just rolled 7 3 times in a row. But the funny thing is, her bonus is different each time, so that's actually 3 different rolls. She somehow got
Yeah.
3 different rolls. They just happen to match her like bonuses.
Oh my god.
Too bad it wasn't a slot machine.
Damn it.
So
Anybody else want to try here? Because I got desperate enough to roll it.
So Dagmar goes from being bad cop to good cop, then to comparative literature professor, and the lady is just sort of staring at her like, "What are you talking about? Just 1 gold, just one." She holds up 1 finger like, "Just 1."
Look, man, at this point, chat is suggesting that we sleep outside.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my god.
I'm just trying to I'm done. You know me, I'm the nicest person in the world, but nope, I've had enough of this crap.
Like snap your fingers at the lady, like reach up and you're like, not today.
Okay, just a little bit of a side. If any of you would like to learn how to snap your fingers very, very well, I suggest you go learn a little bit at the School of Snapthology.
Oh
That is a somewhat of a real thing. If you want to look up on YouTube, Snapthology. It's actually it was actually a bit of a video film project back in like the 90s. And it's actually part of a larger film. I think Tongues United, which is about it was an art film by the I believe a black queer filmmaker. So that's my art school coming in, but very good.
Snapthology.
I'm writing that in chat right now. Okay, so you just walk out in a huff, and she's like, "Oh, okay, well, all right then. It's cold out there. The night is dark and full of terrors."
Right?
We're adventurers. We can handle it.
I think we need to go to the bar at least, though, because we want information, right? We want to go if there's people in there to talk to.
Yeah. Go
Preferably
talk
not
to
her.
some people.
Yeah.
Hopefully the beer is cheaper than the room.
Oh gosh, jeez.
Golly. I'm gonna confess, I don't drink, so I have a very hard time describing alcohol to you.
Or whatever, coffee, tea, whatever we're having.
Oh my goodness. No, go for it. Go ahead or order all the beer you'd like. Get your IPAs, get your
Elf wine? Do they have elf wine?
yeah, they have elf wine, okay.
Nice.
That's cool. But they do not have honey mead. That's not a thing
fine.
here.
Okay.
They could if they barter with us. We have honey in exchange for room. Perhaps.
Yeah, but do you really want to give them your honey for that room?
No, I guess not.
Okay. All right. Well, you order your whatever drinks you order, and then like, are you asking the barkeep or whoever's working the bar, or are you going to ask some of the other travelers?
Why don't we start by eavesdropping on the
Okay.
other travelers?
Okay.
Yeah. If I learned anything from looters in Eastern Oregon, you start with eavesdropping and then you slide on next to the archaeologist at the bar and ask, "Hey, where are you digging at?"
Oh my god, I had that experience at a coffee shop in Cambria.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, that's an aside. I was trying to say something to the coffee, the barista.
Oh man.
Anyway, that's an aside. So do I? Yeah.
Okay. So no one is really sort of paying attention to. Well, take this back. They look. So they look at Dagmar funny and they look at Gradal funny. Right, but they don't pay any attention to a theory. Actually, no, take that back. Shoot, a theory's the only one that doesn't stick out. Okay, so generic all get stares.
I have the hood over my ears.
Yeah, but your face is still very red. Oh, wait, sorry, no theory. Sorry, no, a theory. That's a theory. Okay, so but they don't really pay attention to you. So a theory, if you'd like to saddle up and try to eavesdrop as much, you will be the one that draws the least amount of attention. But Genera, Dagmar, and Gradal, you'll have to be a little more wily about it.
Okay. How would you recommend we be wily about it?
Sit outside.
I mean, could we roll for stealth?
Well, okay, so this is where you're going to have to sort of think like, wait, how can you get them to talk to me? So if you'd like stealth, you can just do stealth.
I'm done.
Dagmar steps into the middle of the room, yells, "Hey, I can burp out the ABCs," takes a deep swig from her beer, slams it down, and begins to go, A, C, D.
DM, you're ruining my character.
Your rolls are ruining your character.
God damn it.
Well, I think this might be a good opportunity for me to use my new observant feat, which allows me to read lips.
Ooh, very good. Okay.
Can I talk to the animals? I can do
If you
that
want to go
now.
if you want to go to the stable, you can. Go be Doctor Doolittle.
I will.
Talk to the cockroach.
Does that count? What do you know?
That's an animal. Wait, let me. Oh wait, hold on. Wait a minute. There's a little bit of Okay. So you can do speak with animals, but remember that they are only as smart as they are as an animal.
So the horse outside.
Horses are fairly smart. Horses, pigs, dogs, they're fairly smart. But they can't read. So that'll be limited.
I'm gonna try the horse outside.
Okay, so you're gonna go have a conversation with the horse. A theory saddles up, kind of sits a little bit close, listening in. Gradal is lip reading. Genera, what are you doing?
Good question. Can I roll a? Would perception help me at all?
Okay, you can do perception to try to eavesdrop.
Okay.
Okay. So Gradal, Ethereum, and Genera. So maybe I should do this in the Discord thing so Dagmar can't hear. No. All right.
Rude.
Okay. So just to be simple, because we're coming up at the end of our session here. Most of the talk that you hear is just them saying like basic travel talk, like, my feet are tired. I'm glad I can eat something. Some stuff here is expensive, but I'm just glad to be able to rest safe and sound. Imagine if thieves had gotten us while we're on the road. Or bandits or whatever. You do notice there are some people that are talking about some things some merchandise they were able to pick up in Oak Ridge, and they have arranged for it to come down the river on boats, and so it'll be right, and they'll be able to meet with it shortly at the port. And you hear again some talk about some goblins or something like that are digging. And again, like they're having trouble pronouncing his name. What was it like? Just remember Zixwoodshirk, P something, P whatever. Ominal Kajig Fed Kaba. I don't know. Really weird name. He was a weird character. Kept talking about things like provenience and stratum, like really weird. Like I didn't understand what he was talking about. And also muttering things about funding.
Nice. Oh my god.
Same though. Same.
All right. So you get the feeling that if you find these shovel hobs, you'll be able to find a source of these artifacts, or if not a lot of or at least a lot of information. And a lot of them are saying like, yeah, I mean, if we need anything, we can come back to him to purchase artifacts.
Did we find this out from the horse?
Okay, for you, Dagmar, talking to the horse is just like, hay, delicious hay. And it kind of
you got me to oh my god. I can't believe you got me to transfer to Totem Warrior.
That's up to you. You haven't fought anything yet, okay? And you can't talk to animals as a berserker. And you haven't asked the horse a question. Ask the horse the question.
Hey, Mr. Horse, any illegal archaeology by non-professionals going on in this general APE area?
The horse there stops his munching, like looks at you and like, what's archaeology?
Bye.
Oh.
I hate everything.
You can ask the horse a question, just don't ask it about archaeology, though. The horse is illiterate. It doesn't have a PhD. It doesn't have a master's degree. It doesn't even have an undergraduate studies. Come on.
Oh my god.
But it was a great question, to be fair.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
I know. What is the APE?
Horse should have understood that. No wonder I can't make friends outside of this community in grad school anymore. Or like my jobs. Oh man. Well, that horse was super fucking helpful. Great.
I mean, you could ask it a different question.
Do you see digging by bipedal people? Do you see digging occur?
It chews a little. Right now? The only bipedal
No.
person I see is you.
No. You guys just see me losing my shit in the stable.
We just like glance out the window. We could just see Dagmar like throwing stuff around and stomping and screaming. We're like, I just take a sip of my beer.
Oh, idea. Can I DM, can I rage?
I mean, I guess you could rage, but I don't understand. I mean, like, I guess. Now, since you're not in battle, we'll fudge the rules a little bit, but technically you can only... You can start your rage, but you can only maintain the rage as long as you are either doing damage or taking damage. So you have to be like harming something or harming yourself.
Oh, jeez. She's gonna punch the horse.
And then I punch myself.
Or it's gonna be like in Red Dead Redemption, where if you accidentally hit your horse will like sidekick you.
Oh my god, I've never seen that yet.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. If you accidentally punch your horse will like just kick you and knock you like 500 feet away from it.
That's freaking amazing.
I'm pretty sure you die.
Not always. Sometimes, but not always.
Oh my god. Can't feel my face. I give up on the damn horse, okay?
There are some dogs and cats in the yard.
No, I'm done.
She's like, screw the animals.
Never again. I'm saving all animal communication for Daintyfoot. Oh my god.
All right. Okay. Okay. So I think we're gonna about end there. Oh wait, no, sorry. I need to know where you're sleeping, and then we're gonna end with that.
As we decided outside, right?
Yeah.
Away from that damn stable.
Okay, so just like an open field by the road, or you still have a little bit of daylight left. You can walk a little bit further up and camp near the river. What you like?
I'm cool walking a little bit further up.
Yeah, okay.
But we should, if there is talk on the road about bandits, we should probably sleep in shifts. Take watches.
Yeah, especially since it sounds like there's like thieves and stuff along this route.
Okay, so I'm just gonna make it that like right here. You make it a little bit further, a little bit past it. So X marks the spot. Okay, so you're just gonna camp there. Let's see. So, since we need to end it about right now, I'll let you guys decide the exact arrangement of it for next time, because that's going to take a little bit of time for planning. Chat suggesting a cornfield. I mean, this is sort of late fall. You can pick a cornfield. You can pick a field of daisies. You can do a pumpkin patch, and maybe you'll see the great pumpkin. I don't know.
Oh, cute. Why does all of this, minus the daisy field, all of this sounds like a horror movie location?
Like I said, if you are scared, you can hide in the chainsaw orchards. You know, just saying.
Yes.
If you hide in the cornfield, some creepy kid will come out and go, Outlander!
Oh, God.
Some of you have seen the 1980s Children of the Corn movie.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was
I'm just
thinking.
dating myself here.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so we're gonna stop there. Chat, chat, this is your opportunity to set the
No.
stage for how the party is murdered. So, give me suggestions of where they should camp.
Can we find like a rock shelter?
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. So I want to thank everybody for listening. Thank everybody for watching. We've had fun playing this. And just as a preview, we are going to get to some archaeology, quote unquote serious archaeology. Please come for next session. I've read my intro to archaeology books. I've studied up on it. And I do hope everybody loses their crap during next session.
Oh man.
Yeah. We're gonna freeze up.
So I'm waving goodbye. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.